Happy Friday. I'm here live, and we are going to be talking about a statement that I often hear that's so incredibly common. I don't like exercising, even though I know it's good for me, or even though I know I should. And this often goes hand in hand with statements like, I'm just not a gym person. It's just not fun. It's not something I like to do. I've never been good at it. It's never felt comfortable for me. So I'd love to know if you are joining in it this morning. Are these statements that resonate with you? Have you said that to yourself? Have you been like, no, I don't like exercising, but I feel like I should because I know it's good for me. I know it's healthy. We're going to talk about basically why it's normal to feel that way and how to start shifting your relationship with movement, how to start healing your relationship with movement so you can experience the benefits of it without any of the shame or guilt or feeling like you have to sacrifice and punish yourself or do the healthy thing rather than the fun thing or the thing that you actually want to do. So the first thing that I want to tell you is that having these thoughts and feeling this way is just completely normal. There's nothing that's wrong with you. There's nothing that's broken. It doesn't mean you're lazy. It doesn't mean that you aren't athletic or that you aren't in shape. These feelings are normal because for most of us, we have a lot of negative experiences around exercise. You probably don't associate exercise, and I'm specifically really highlighting that word here, exercise, with a lot of good feelings or experiences. For many of us, we have stories or experiences of being judged, of being mocked or made fun of feeling excluded or ashamed because of our bodies or because of the way that our bodies move or don't move, or our physical capabilities or fitness levels. We have had fitness experiences where the movement presented to us was not accessible or it was really challenging and difficult. And again, that was paired with the shame and the judgment that might have come along with it. We associate exercise with being painful or uncomfortable or, with trauma. And many of us haven't had a lot of fun experiences, especially as adults when it comes to fitness. It's often, again, associated with punishment or hard work or discomfort, or it's a world that wasn't made for us, especially if you're in a larger body or in a marginalized body. Often the fitness world doesn't kind of really feel like it's meant for you. And so when you think about all of that, when you hear all of that, all of those reasons, it makes complete sense as to why you don't like exercise, why it's not fun, why it's not something that you feel motivated to do. So that's normal. So I want you to kind of let yourself off the hook for that and say, it's okay that I feel this way. It's not a personal feeling or a personal character flaw about me or my body. So the truth is, our bodies are designed to move, and there are so many benefits to movement. So we have to figure out a way to heal our relationship with movement, and more importantly, to find movement that feels really good to us and find spaces and ways that we can move that feel really safe, that feel judgment-free, that feel welcome, that feel encouraging. And I promise there's hope. Those things do exist, and we are able to heal our relationship with movement and define what it looks like for ourselves. And that's what I'm going to start giving you some of the tools and strategies to do today in this live chat. I notice there's a little cat hair in front of my camera. Now, I want to give away, whether you're watching this live or as a replay, In today's chat, I want to help someone take the first steps to having movement be more fun. So I really want to give away a free starter bundle, which is 3 weeks of unlimited access to our community. So if that's something that you want to win, I want you to leave a comment and tell me why you want to win it and what your goals are right now around movement. And I'll do a draw later today once the replay's been up for a little while. So I want to kind of create the expectation that there will be some kind of movement that you enjoy. It might not look the way that you're expecting or you think that it should look, and it may take some creativity and some exploration. And in order to do that, we will need to remove some of the barriers around the should feeling. Around the AKA, like, I know it's good for me, so I should be doing this, it's healthy. All of those kind of expectations and mindsets that may be getting in the way from doing the exploration, from trying different things, from finding what works for you. So I wanted to give you some questions that you can explore around this topic. So the first is, how do you currently define exercise? What does it include? What does it look like? What does it not include, more importantly? Maybe even what's the difference between movement and exercise? And how do you know when it's good for you? When it meets that kind of criteria of being healthy, or that should. What should you be doing? And finally, how do you define success when it comes to exercise? So what is it? How do you know when you're successful at it? What does it look like and feel like right now? And especially when you feel that resistance, what does that kind of exercise look like that you really are like, no, I hate that, not interested at all, not fun for me? So we can really start there and explore those stories that we're telling ourselves and those ideas. We can identify where diet culture is coming in, because diet culture has really rigid criteria and expectations around what exercise should look like. And we can see what parts of the story that we're telling ourselves around movement may need expanding or opening up, or maybe need some zhuzhing. Maybe ideas that are hanging around from our childhood or what others have told us that we can spend some time with and redefine for ourselves. This can start really, really small. All right, so how this can look is 5 to 10 minutes of movement each day, ideally at the same time to really help with the habit building. And being open to trying different sorts of movement with the goal of finding the pleasure. All right, so not achieving any specific outcome, meaning not focusing on how your body is changing or how many calories you're burning, or what it's doing for your body, but just looking for that joy, looking for that fun, looking for that pleasure and what feels good. Walking for many people is a great place to start because, there's no cost associated to it. We can just go outside, we can walk around our apartment, and just be open and curious to asking your body how it feels. And if it's enjoying it, if it's not. If there's things like, for example, I love walking. I love it more so, though, when I have my favorite music pumping in my ears. And there's a really big difference to how I experience walking without music and walking with music. One I'm much more motivated to do and I have, again, much more of a sense of pleasure with, versus the other one does feel more, more like exercise, and I have to kind of convince myself to do it more. So it's even exploring layers like that of like, do you like the movement as long as there's certain things around it? Can we give ourselves permission to lean into things that actually bring us that joy? But we can also think about like what sort of movement. Many of us have some positive memories of movement, maybe even like going way back to like a very young age. Was there something that you enjoyed? Was it skipping? Was it climbing on the playground? Was it dancing, swimming, hiking, stretching? Don't be afraid to think outside of the box here. Exercise doesn't have to be, walking on a treadmill, doing the elliptical, lifting weights. That's why I love to use the word movement instead, because that, I feel like, opens up so many more opportunities. As long as you're moving your body, it counts. It doesn't really matter what it looks like. As long as that end goal is we're looking for the joy and the pleasure and feeling good in our bodies. Another tip that can really help with this, especially in the beginning as you're exploring, is to do it with a friend, to make it a social activity, to ask somebody to go on a walk with you, to bring them along, trying a new class together, or trying, a new activity. I don't know why I have so many yawns this morning. And something else that we can do is pair it with an existing habit to help hold ourselves accountable and to create that, again, consistency. So this is called habit stacking. So think of something that you already do every single day without fail. So it could be something like having a morning coffee, or getting dressed, or brushing your teeth. Can we tie in our movement exploration to a habit that already comes natural to us? So I was talking to a client yesterday, and we talked about, she finishes dinner and she's going to tie a habit every day when she finishes dinner. I often do things when I'm brushing my teeth or as part of my bedtime routine, because I know I'm going to do that every day. So if I can insert that exploration time with movement in there, that will make it easier to commit to and easier to remember. So I'd love to know your thoughts. Do you experience this kind of resistance to exercise where you feel like, I should be doing it because it's healthy, but I really don't want to? And have you found any of this chat or reflection helpful to you? I would love to know. Leave your comments leave your chat and responses in the description and comments below. And again, I want to give away a free starter bundle. So especially if you're watching this as a replay, leave a comment and let me know where you're at in your movement journey, if any of this resonates with you, and why you might like to get started. You don't have to tell me all of that. It doesn't need to be a paragraph. Just leave me some words down below. And I hope, as I said, that you found this chat helpful. Next week, I'm going to be talking about, in my live at 9 a.m. on Fridays, I'm going to be talking about this idea that the body positive movement is glorifying obesity. This actually came up in a podcast I was on the other day. And so I want to share my thoughts on this topic next Friday. And I know it's going to be a juicy one. So I hope you have a fantastic day. I hope you're enjoying these lives. If there's a topic that you would like to see me dive into in one of the future weeks, feel free to let me know. And I can't wait to see who wins the starter bundle. All right, my friends, go out there, get moving today. Spend some time loving on your body and finding the pleasure. And hopefully I see you again soon.